Para todos los amantes de las películas de terror, hoy les traemos un estreno que están seguros los pondrán los pelos de punta, ¿ok? El Conjuro 4, Últimos Ritos, es la nueva cinta perteneciente al universo cinemático del Conjuro, con la cual despediremos a esta gran franquicia que nos ha dado momentos icónicos de puro miedo. Basada en la historia real de uno de los casos más aterradores de los Warren, esta película nos mostrará la historia de la familia Smurl, quienes viven en un suburbio ahí de Pensilvania y quienes un día empiezan a experimentar eventos sobrenaturales que los harán recurrir, claro, al apoyo de Lorraine y Ed. Así que, ¿están listos para este encuentro con lo desconocido? No quiero estar sola en todo esto, entonces acompáñenme, ¿ok? Yo soy Valentina Pulgarín y esto es Inside Warner, El Conjuro 4, Últimos Ritos.
My name is Ed Warren, here with my wife Lorraine. Every case is different.
¿Sabían que el caso de la familia Smurl fue uno de los más aterradores que los Warren investigaron? Y de hecho, es el único que nunca resolvieron. Además de su historia, en El Conjuro 4, Últimos Ritos, también conoceremos un poco más de la vida de Judy, la hija de Ed y Lorraine, a quien ya habían presentado en las películas pasadas, pero que ahora sí tomará más protagonismo, puesto que veremos cómo es que también heredó los poderes psíquicos de su madre y las consecuencias que esto puede tener.
The Smurl case was the darkest thing we've ever seen in the series.
Ed and Lorraine, they're both contemplating hanging it up. Unfortunately, because of their innate goodness, they actually can't walk away from it.
This demon has a vendetta, and what it wants is very personal.
En esta nueva cinta, Vera Farmiga y Patrick Wilson regresan para interpretar a estos icónicos personajes que tanto queremos o que tanto nos asustan también. Lorraine y Ed Warren. Y a ellos se suman entonces Mia Tomlinson y Ben Hardy como Judy y Tony, la hija de los Warren y su novio respectivamente. Y tuve la oportunidad de platicar con todos ellos para la promoción de este gran estreno. Pudimos averiguar un poco de cómo fue la grabación y también si hubo cosas sobrenaturales en el set durante el rodaje. No, ¿se imaginan si algo pasó ahí? No me cuenten. Y claro que también platiqué con el director Michael Chaves y su productor James Wan, a quienes ustedes pueden culpar porque después de ver esta película no podrás dormir y la culpa es total de ellos.
Patrick, what do you think is what makes people so addicted about horror movies like this one?
Well, I think there are horror movies, and then I think there are horror movies like this one. I think for me, if I think about why the movies land and why they superseded the genre, right? And you have the scares and you had all of that terrifying stuff that we established pretty early on in James's style of filmmaking, and then now Michael Shaw's style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
But I think at the core of it, it's about people and relationships, and specifically our relationship and Ed and Lorraine's relationship. So I guess if I'm a fan, I bet if the fans that like our marriage and relationship, they want to come watch it and see what they're going to fight and are they going to survive it, and then so there's a little bit of nostalgia at this point, and then it's like what's new, and certainly this case is much different than any of the rest because it becomes deeply personal. So this is a whole other level.
I feel like it's all fun and games with these movies until we see it based on a true story on a screen, right? Ben, how does the true story element changes the energy on set, like compared to purely fictional movies?
I mean, it just adds another like 20% of fear factor for me at least, and I think for a lot of people, you know. And it's like I love at the end of these movies how we get to see some of the real life footage, you know, of these real people, which is it just kind of really impresses upon you even more just how this actually happened. Like whether you believe or not, like you know, that about what they experienced, I think for these people it genuinely happened. That's their truth, and that is terrifying.
Having a reminder at the end is a frightening aspect, definitely, because you sort of then feel like in some way sort of touched by it or close to it. And I think that's a fear that you definitely have on set anyway, because you're performing in something that is close to reality. We're playing real characters. Judy and Tony are, fortunately still around, able to share with us their experiences and what their opinions are, which is fascinating. But when I met Judy, she gave me a bracelet that she makes. She likes that you donate to a charity, an animal charity, because she loves animals, of course. Wear that bracelet in the film, in the diner scene, you see it. I've still got it on. And it's
Oh
made.
my God, that's so cute.
It's lovely, and it's made with pieces of Lorraine's beads from her dress and her skirts. So I felt very protected by that.
I think it anchors everyone. We worked with the Smurl sisters, all 4 of them. They were so generous in giving their time and opening themselves up and to tell their story to us. And we worked with them as we're writing the screenplay, as we're doing prep and into production, and so to be able to tell the cast and to tell the young ladies who are playing their parts, I spoke to the real version of you. I spoke to her. I spoke to.
Oh my God.
And this is what she said. This is, and that was just amazing. And I think actors love that also. They love it when they feel that confidence that, we're taking this seriously.
Well, enjoyment is an interesting way to describe how one has to actually deliver the tumultuous emotional strain at the end, that we have to deliver this movie. So it is part enjoyment because my scene partner is just the most fabulous guy you could ever ask by your side in these strange circumstances of emoting the most I've ever emoted in the history of my career, physically. But it is, I wish we had a really beautiful story about, how we concluded this journey, but it was actually quite anticlimactic and nonchalant. It was see you later. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm tapping out. I'm good. I'm done. I'll talk to you later.
Don't touch anything. Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed, or been used in some sort of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy. Not even the toys.
What are the decisions you feel most proud now that the movie's done and you actually get to see them on the big screen?
The biggest thing that I've learned is you hire the right people. And that is with crew and it's with your cast. And obviously I've inherited probably the best cast with Patrick and Vera that you can possibly imagine. I am so proud in terms of the decisions I've made in their hiring decisions. It's in front of the camera, behind the camera. I'm so proud of my cast and crew. I think that, all the newcomers in this, Mia, who plays Judy, Ben, who plays Tony, I love those guys. I am so proud of their performances, and I just think they just light up the screen. Behind the camera with, Eli, my DP, and John, my production designer, and entire crew. And the funny thing is, to your point of, there's so many decisions you got to make. When you hire a great team, it really makes those decisions a lot easier because you fill the room with smart people and you ask them what to do.
I really think the thing I discovered with the first film and that we've carried through with every movie is the beating heart of the franchise, and which is Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson playing Ed and Lorraine Warren. The family aspect is the thing that we really captured on the first movie. That has stayed true all the way through all the movies, right? I think we've made 9 or 10 Conjuring films now in the greater Conjuring universe. Yeah. And all of them kind of try to stay to that touchstone, to that North Star. And very much so with this last one, The Last Rites, it was about how do we finish this series in a way that really truly honors the family, the characters, and the emotionality of it all.
It's a funny set. We've got Patrick's wonderful sense of humor and Vera's. Vera is hilarious. Me and her both have a very similar cackle. You can hear it from a mile away. You think that you're going to go into this horror atmosphere that's heavy and dark, but the Conjuring universe, they've been around for a while. They know each other. They're family. They welcome you with open arms, and everybody's experiencing joy, creativity, collaboration. It's beautiful.
You talk upping the scares. This is thrilling, scary. You never know where this is going.
The story is the last act for these two. And things change.
It was very bittersweet for us. So kind of like seeing Patrick and Vera on set again on this one really did take me back to when I was directing them, in the first two movies, and seeing how much that they have grown playing these characters to where they are now. And so, it's very wistful, like that. There's this sense of like, there's a sense of sadness, melancholy, but also a sense of pride and beauty that we got to create something together that pretty much the whole world loved. I mean, something like this doesn't come along very often. And when it does, you gotta appreciate it. You gotta take 2 seconds to appreciate it.
In nomine Patris, et Filii et Spiritus Sanctus, by the power of our Lord Jesus Christ!
I don't know how to protect you this time.
Lorraine! Daddy, get down here! Lorraine! I need your help!
Ya lo saben, tienen una cita este 4 de septiembre en el cine para ver la conclusión de una saga que nos ha dado grandes sustos. El Conjuro 4, Últimos Ritos, es una cinta que los mantendrá al borde de su asiento en un alto estado de ansiedad, pero que disfrutarás muchísimo, te lo juro. Recuerden también de seguirnos en las redes sociales de Warner Channel para tener las mejores noticias sobre nuestros estrenos. Yo soy Valentina Pulgarín y esto fue Inside Warner, El Conjuro 4, Últimos Ritos.